Okay, we're live, right? Because I'm doing this by myself. So let me know if we're live. Right, comments. Okay, great. So before we begin, I'm going to do the disclaimer. Which was here. Hold on. Okay. Before we begin, I want to be crystal clear. I'm not an employee of the Ministry of Children, Community, Social Services. I am one person with multiple health conditions who is tired of the narrative that being disabled automatically means living in poverty. And no, I'm not here to sell you investment products or recommend financial institutions or even tell you how to live your life. I share as I'm comfortable my lived experience and wisdom we've gained living with our disabilities. My disabilities, navigating Ontario Disabilities Program, income support, employment support, and employment support has now been moved to Employment Ontario. Unless you live in a rural part of Ontario, they kept the traditional employment supports for Ontario Disability Support Program. If you visit their website, you've seen it happen. And the Canadian federal disability benefits, like we have disability tax credit, which opens the door for the Canada Worker Benefit Disability Supplement, the Canada Disability Benefit, which is now $204.20 a month. Then it opens the door for the Registered Disability Savings Plan, and pretty much anything the federal government wants to do, it's most likely going to come from you having a disability tax credit. Like even at the time when we had it, early access to apply for the Canada Dental Care Plan, it was based on having an active disability tax credit. While I build wealth. So I'm on a disability financial independence journey to become a net worth millionaire. I no longer follow Dave Ramsey. He said some things that made me very clear that he's never really gonna he needs to retire. And then I've adapted it for being Canadian financial system, the Canadian credit system, the fact that I'm on Canadian disability benefits, and I'm moving from below the poverty line up to higher income levels, and we're moving through the system. We're moving through the income levels, we're moving through the tax system, we're moving through all the things of someone that's in abject poverty to wealth where there's $1 million in my bank account. We'll get into that. This is born from decades of trial and error, dedicated research, peer support, and a massive commitment to be empowered, self-determined to achieve financial independence. It's vital to remember that my path is unique to me. I've been on this financial independence journey documented on my channel since 2018. You can go find a playlist and take a look. I remain fully compliant with all legal regulations and policies while taking massive action towards my life ambitions. My experience is meant to show what is possible. They're not a substitute for professional advice. Your journey will be unique to you, and it's essential to consult with qualified professionals to create your own individual, strategic, tailored plan to your circumstances. I believe wealth building is attainable for anyone, but it requires a growth mindset, hard work, discipline, and consistent effort with a never give up, never surrender attitude. Great. That is the introduction. And Right. So, welcome to Disabled Wealthy Live. Where's me? Hold on. Where am I? Oh, here we are. Wait. Okay, good. That one. I'm nervous. Why? I don't know. Probably because the last time I did a live stream by myself was January, I think. Because February I had Terry from 40 Below Zero in February. Then the last live stream I had Terry and Patrick from Disabled Investor. And then me sitting here doing a financial check-in, a budget planning, me by myself. Yeah, I think it's January. Let me check. And maybe March. Actually, no, I wasn't here in March because things with the whole financial independence journey, living with a disability on Canadian benefits to navigate financial independence, it's not talked about. I'm literally the only one doing it. I looked. Like, I really want to be off of government disability benefits before I turn 65. And I met with other people with disability. They may want to do that, which is fine. But it's also because they don't believe they can do it. I don't like, there's a belief that I can do it, that I do it. Like, it's not, oh, I think I'm going to do, yeah, January, February, June. Oh yeah, this is it. Yeah. It's been a while because I'm processing a lot of stuff on my own. I had to double check. When was the last time I was here? Plus I had Mavenclad, multiple sclerosis, new neurologist, symptoms that were a pain in the butt. I'm now taking 3 times a day baclofen. I used to be on baclofen and tizanidine interacted with my Seroquel and probably my birth control pills. I made me sleep all day. I got stuff done because I worked from home for 23 years and counting. So I had that built in my lifestyle career long before the pandemic that I could adapt when I need to take care of myself, when I need to take care of myself. And I don't know if I have audio. Let me check. Okay, good. Audio is good. I'm doing this by myself. I don't know if audio is good, so I have to check. And then I didn't check for closed captions. Oh, because I added it on for closed captions. Let's see. Okay, that is audio. It says closed captions is on. It's just not appearing on the screen. All right. All I know about closed captions, it'll be there when the video has finished. Like, there's a live stream, then the video has to like process in YouTube and then uploads on YouTube. Then the closed caption pops up after with a transcript, all that. And plus chat is quiet. So it's just me by myself. We're going to roll with it. Okay. So today's conversation is about the things so many people on disability are taught to fear: money, their ability to earn their own income, and the idea that earning more will automatically destroy your access to benefits. For me, this is not an abstract discussion. I live this every day. And I break the fear every day. And the way I break the fear every day is action towards the thing I want more versus the thing I'm told I'm not supposed to have. The thing I'm not supposed to have, when I got on a charity disability support program in 2011, legally told me I can't work. I was like, what do you mean? Like, you're giving me $1,069. I have to work. I have to like this is, yes, I'm disabled. Yes, I was on the verge of going homeless. I didn't have a GP psychotherapist yet. I still have my family doctor. I was in CAMH's outreach program because I wasn't an inpatient. I was an outpatient where I went in for my appointment and I left CAMH. They were trying to figure out why SSRIs weren't working for me, because then we found out I have major depressive disorder, which is bipolar disorder, and SSRIs don't work with bipolar disorder for some people. And then I spent like $3,000 on a cat tree, custom made in my living room. So that season of life, everything was falling apart. And then to have CAMH and legal aid, CAMH told me to apply for ODSP. And nonprofit organization at the time, Maggie's, encouraged me to apply for ODSP because Ontario Works was like $500. Then ODSP at that time was $1,069. I'm trying to, working in adult is hard. Like the amount of things that you have to be marketable, you have to be available, you have to customer service and customer relation and customer retention and maintain an appearance and maintain a mental state that you can maintain the job, and working with companies that are super racist, like super racist, these companies, and still show up every day that you want to be there to make the money. So, and then now I look up, oh yeah, 23 years in counting, I've been a CAM model, making money online, documenting my journey of financial independence, living with disability and multiple health conditions, that most of them are managed. Like basically having bipolar disorder and multiple sclerosis, we're waiting to see which one will show up the worst it can. I'm not waiting for that. It'll come on its own. I don't have to wait for it. It'll show up on its own. So I posted on Twitter and I posted on Threads this question of, where was my question I posted? So I found the one on Threads. So on Cam Minnie, Threads is me, threads.com. And I posted, where is it? And I post a lot on Threads, but the main thing I posted was my 23 years in counting, career as a CAM model, could pay me on the following schedule. Oh yeah, I made a slide for that. Hold on. Where? No. Canva. What happened? Not this one. That's a disclaimer. Is it this one? Okay, I did. Here it is. So, okay, good. Here it is. So, my schedule, I work 4 adult webcam sites for 23 years and counting. I just had an anniversary for one of my websites for being on there for, I started there in 2008, and now we're 2026. So 15 years? Hold on, math. 2006 minus 2008, 18 years. Those 3 years count. So one website pays me, they have a pay period of Sunday to Saturday, Greenwich Mean Time, which the time for that right now on that website, world clock on my phone, would be 4:28 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Then they have a payout schedule of daily pay Monday to Friday, then a weekly pay Thursday or Friday. I've been with them since 2004, October 2004. Then, second website, they have a 14-day pay period that starts on Mondays. The current pay period that just finished was June 15, Monday, June 15 to Sunday, June 28. They issue payment the week after the pay period on Wednesdays. So every other Wednesday. So the June 1st, not June 1st, July 1st, and then calendar, July 1st. So July 1st, July 15, July 29. Those are 3 paychecks in July. As long as I make the minimum payout threshold to receive the payments that I earn on the website, working 20 to 40 hours a week, sometimes 80 hours a week. Because it's commission-based. I'm not paid by the hour. I'm an independent contractor. It's my small business, and I've been doing it for 23 years and counting. Third website, they have a pay period that runs from the 1st of the 15th and 16th to end of the month. They pay out 5 business days after the pay period is finished. So, and I've been there since 2005. Then the fourth website, which is my first website, they used to have a pay schedule that's the 1st and the 15th and the 16th to end of the month. I used to get paid wire transfer in there. It was nice. So nice. Because again, wire transfer in your bank account, and you've been working from home for 80 hours, 20 hours, 60 hours, and you only went outside to check the mailbox in 2003, 4, 5, and 6. Nice. The reason is now, 20 years later, people are trying to figure out how to do that. I've been doing the thing pretty much before most people have been alive. So their pay period now, it's switched. It switched somewhere between 2016 and 2017 from the 1st to the 15th. Like they batched pay period payouts for some people 1st to the 15th and 16th to end of the month. And they added a 8 of the month to the 21st of the month and a 22nd of the month to the 7th of the month. So pay periods end on the 8th of the month and the 22nd of the month, and then allow 5 to 7 business days for payment to be processed, to be sent to you. So I made this post on Threads about my payout schedule. At the same time, I got a DM private message in Threads asking how to report this income to ODSP. So that question was, hey, Minnie, I have a quick question for you. A foster daughter on ODSP has started working with one of the online platforms, Clapper, and she apparently gets paid in US dollars via PayPal. And apparently her ODSP worker has no idea how to deal with income, as she's been told to report it as a gift and send screenshots. So of course she's both US and Canada after conversion. So ODSP is confused about which number to use, wondering if I could share your contact with her. The two of you could talk. Now, I panicked when I saw the question say, where is it? She's been told to report it as a gift and send screenshots. It's not a gift. It is not a gift. Hold on. Where are we? It's not a gift. The minute you decide any platform to be monetized in their platform, you fill out, especially Canadians, you fill out tax form W8BEN, which is the IRS United States tax form. Then you go through the form and fill out that you're in Canada, and then there's no withholding tax because there's a tax treaty between Canada and the United States. You're working your location in Canada to earn your income. And then they pay, like, it's an American company, so they're going to pay you American dollars. Then your bank account converts it to Canadian. If it goes through PayPal, PayPal has their own foreign exchange rate. Then it goes into PayPal, US dollars. You tell PayPal, deposit to my bank account, it becomes Canadian dollars. The invoice either shows US dollar currency. So if it's $100, probably easier to do it that way. If it's $100, right, I'm supposed to make a template. So many things I should have done. I have to make a whole separate video on this dedicated question. So US dollars, depending on what you're using, it shows US dollars. Then I want it in my bank account so I can go spend money with it. It converts to Canadian. The banking system already does it. The caseworker is lazy. Lazy. Here's the thing. If it becomes a gift, if ODSP processes a gift, you don't qualify for the $100 work-related benefit. And legally, it's not a gift. You worked with Clapper to produce content on their platform. They monetize their platform by paying you revenue out of the ad revenue or whatever business model they chose to monetize content for you on the platform, and you split a share of the revenue. It's work. And when you signed up to I agree to be monetized on Clapper or any other platform like YouTube or campsites or affiliate marketing or network marketing where you're an independent contractor making US dollars by filling out W-8-BEN tax form, you're a small business. Again, the caseworker, lazy. I don't have time because I've been doing it for so long. Reporting my income to ODSP, earnings I make in US dollars since 2016. I've been doing it before that, but being on ODSP 2011 and then going through the system for 5 years of, hey, I make money over here. How do I report it to you? The gift thing will, like, yes, you get the money. Like, yes, you need the money, you're making the money. But the way ODSP operates, you have to make sure everything falls into the boxes that you access $100 work-related benefit. Then because you're a content creator, small business, digital marketing, social media company, media, digital company, creator, producer, video producer, all of that, you have to show on paper it's a business. From the contract, so like there's probably a independent contractor, a affiliate contract, a partner program contract that states you're not an employee. Legally not an employee. So then you have to keep all these documents ready to go for an incompetent, non-work, like caseworkers try to do the most thing of not doing their job properly. That doesn't mean we're supposed to stop doing our job properly. We're supposed to gather all the paperwork, bring it to a caseworker, then double check that they did the work properly. And then CRA stuff. So like you're in the gig economy CRA website. Where was that? See, my brain is spinning. Like I need to slow down and answer the question, but because I've been on ODSP for so long of them making this mistake, it is very frustrating. And because they make this mistake, you don't see yourself as an income earner working for yourself, building a business that could actually move you in a direction of financial independence because the caseworker doesn't want to do their job. And I don't have time for a caseworker that doesn't want to do their job. I need a caseworker who wants to do their job. So Clapper pays you. Great. Fantastic. Welcome to entrepreneurship. Welcome to digital marketing. Welcome to making content where your whole life is around making content. I've been doing it since 2003. It's a very stressful job. This is where we don't need a caseworker who's going to be like, oh, let's process a gift and just send screenshots. No, we're not doing that. What we're going to do is, do I have it open? I do not have it open. Hold on. Stop sharing. What? Hold on. Invoice. So Google Sheets, the easiest thing to do for this example is to show you Google Sheets. New template gallery. Where is it? Invoice. Expense report, invoice. Here we go. All right. So we're not going to send screenshots from PayPal and call it a gift. We're not. What we're going to do is there could be an invoice already built in to Clapper paying you. If there is one, great. Keep a copy of it. You need it for pretty much your whole entire life. If there's not, you're going to put Clapper's corporate address versus company name on the Google Sheet template. You can probably find it online. I do it for every company I work with. I put their company name in the invoice. And then, so you're the company, you put your name, your address right here. Because you're invoicing them. You're showing on paper, you're invoicing Clapper to pay you for making content on Clapper. It's a weird way. So like, the caseworker's not going to do it. The caseworker's lazy about entrepreneurship. The caseworker's also lazy about how to bill companies for your services. The entire entrepreneurship framework, legality, best practices, all those things, ODSP caseworkers, they don't want to do it. It's very rare to have an ODSP caseworker that's familiar with Section 5.4 self-employment, then understands record keeping, bookkeeping, accounting for small businesses. Even if you are an economic gig economy worker, CRA has already figured it out. So I'll show you their website after. But for the purposes of ODSP, so payable to Clapper, right? No, wait, hold on. I should open mine that's already done, but it's fine. So yeah. So you're the company, you invoice. See, can I look at one that's already finished? Hold on, give me a minute. When it's blank, I draw a blank. I've been doing either way. So I'll figure it out. It's okay. I'm trying to explain it to other people. Like I do it every day and I need to explain it to other people. And explain it to other people. It's a new skill I'm learning how to do. So bear with me. So revenue from Clapper, item 1. So here, revenue from Clapper. It's probably going to say they have a name for it. Like my Facebook. Oh, my Facebook invoices. That's true. They have a name for it. So like the minimum payout, let's say it's $100. You don't need line 2 unless there's another service from Clapper that you're offering, but chances are it's only one here. Then subtotal is 100. They owe you 100. Whatever date it was, project name, content creation, and then your name goes here. It's like payable too. Your name goes there. All right, I need to look at one of mine. Give me a minute. Because I need to explain it, but I need to see what I already did so I don't have to think of it like it's brand new. It's not brand new. I just have to remember the systems I follow. Because I used a Google Sheet invoice for when I was writing for Why Not Cam, and then when I did consultation for a nonprofit organization. Look, I send people invoices a lot to collect my money. It's just part of the routine. All right, so my last one. But at the end of the day, anything you're earning money that you're not an employee, you're a small business, which means learn to make invoices, learn to know the caseworker is going to be dumb about it. Where is it? Okay, please complete your invoice. Okay, good. And then I went into here. Okay, invoice for is Clapper. Your company name is your name. Got it. Okay. Then project name is content creation. Got it. It's easier if I could see actually, no, it's fine. I thought I needed to see more details. Actually, I don't. It's fine. Okay, go back to the template. The main reason I'm not showing mine, it's my personal details on it. So I have to explain to you what's there from a fresh template so that you can go and fill it out. Because the invoice is what you send to your caseworker. So when you go to My Benefits or bring it into the ODSP office and you're reporting your income, you let them know these are the invoices of companies that paid me to do work for them as they're my client. So Clapper is your client. You create content for Clapper. Clapper pays you for the content. You're not an employee for Clapper. It'll say in your contract when you signed up for monetization with Clapper, because it's the platform in the example of the question that, yeah, it's the skill of learning to create the invoice where it has your name and the company top. Where is it? Hold on. I'm trying to figure out if I can do this and share screen. Actually, no, I could. Hold on. This goes here, and then we talk. Okay. I was trying to figure out how to do it. because I don't need to share my personal details. I just need to explain it for other people. Okay. Let me get a fresh one. That'd be great. Template. Invoice. Share this tab. Okay. Not that it mattered, but just because I needed to show it. Okay. So, top, your company. That's my personal name. Minnie Cam goes there. My legal name goes there. Then my address goes here. My legal address goes here. My legal phone number goes here. And then I have on my invoice my email address for email money transfer, depending on how the person is going to pay you, because it's in PayPal. In the notes, you would just say that it's PayPal and then use a transaction number in PayPal. And then that's how you keep records of like where it's paid to you. Then here, you can actually have it formatted where it says the currency, where it says $500 on the template. You can change that currency to be Canadian or US dollars. So if it's Canadian, then you would just mark what landed in your Canadian bank account of Canadian dollars. Or you would add on the notes the foreign exchange rate. So $1 US to how many Canadian got converted from PayPal. You put in the notes. So if PayPal was going to pay you so PayPal USD $1 and then equal sign, and let's say like 136 with a whole bunch of other numbers beside it. Which, where is it? All right, PayPal 136. It's just that it takes so here's the thing. If you get paid in any foreign currency, ODSP policy says they have to convert it to Canadian. They have to convert it to Canadian. But if the caseworker, because the question of gets paid in US dollars via PayPal, apparently her worker has no idea how to deal with it as income because the caseworker didn't read the policy. That's where I'm upset by it. The caseworker didn't read the policy. But if I go read treatment of income, ODSP policy directive, and I go down and scroll foreign income on the policy directive for ODSP, they know they're supposed to convert it to Canadian dollars. So if yes, you have an invoice that says US dollars in it, because here you can change this to say foreign currency, US dollars. Then the caseworker has to use the Bank of Canada rate for US dollar to Canadian dollar, Bank rate of Canada, USD to CAD. Then those numbers, they have to do the math. So whatever it says, multiply by the foreign exchange rate, then the foreign exchange rate determines how much you earned in Canadian. Then what's in Canadian determines if you're eligible for, like it's going to be most likely is under $1,000. If it's over $1,000 and after it's converted from US dollars to Canadian, which you would have to earn a lot of money to do that. $1,000 US is 1,300 Canadian. And then 700 or 800 American is about $1,000 Canadian. Okay, 700 is $993 Canadian. You would have to make like $850 to get to 1,200, and then 1,200 is still not going to push you over the limit of ODSP benefits. It's the fact that I'm reading the question and the caseworker doesn't know what to do with it because the caseworker didn't read the policy. Here I'm reading it. Try not to lose my mind while I read it. Here, share screen. Here, foreign income. Where is it? Foreign, yeah, right here, foreign income. They've listed every country imaginable on the list. Right here, United States. Right there. Income from a foreign country is chargeable income received, includes ongoing payments and any lump sum arrears payments from foreign pension. This is not a foreign pension. This is small business. This is the other part too. Covering a pay period where income was paid and verification of all declared income must be documented. This is why I'm trying to show you how to do the bookkeeping, record keeping, and invoices. Where a recipient has filed an income tax return, it must be reviewed, including any foreign tax returns filed with a foreign country. So remember I said W-8-BEN IRS tax form that you signed when you said you want to agree to the monetization program for Clapper? There's your documentation. So there's different types of foreign income. Because this foreign income is coming from your small business, then you refer back to two parts: foreign income and ODSP policy. You convert what the income is, US dollars, to Canadian dollars. Then it's in your business. You're a monetization content creator for Clapper. Then you set up the invoices. Then the paid invoice that says, it'll say USD. Then the bank rate of Canada, where is it? Daily exchange. On the day you received it. So ODSP has this thing where they do cash-based accounting. On the day it's received, invoices are paid, expenses are paid on that day. So US dollar exchange rate for 2026. Okay. Back to the invoice. Great. So here, $1. Wait, is that really? Hold on. Give me a minute. USD to CAD. That's the thing too. So like I'm looking at, here's Google calculator, $1.42. Oh. But then PayPal has a different rate. I know that. When you cash out from PayPal, the foreign exchange rate is different because PayPal makes their money from taking some of the money out of the foreign exchange fee that they convert US dollars to Canadian to drop it in your bank account. Then it ends up being a business expense for you under financial services or foreign income, foreign exchange. It's something in my charter of account software that I keep track of pretty much everything in my business does, which I should have made a whole separate video. Yeah. So, okay, back to, where was it? All right. ODSP. I hate that I'm doing their work. This is also, I don't want to be on ODSP. I do most of their work all of the time. So back to self-employment. Okay. Here, T4A. So if there's a T4A from Clapper, keep a record of it. But there's probably not, which means you're going to have to fill out everything at tax time for CRA on the T2125 Statement of Business and Professional Activities. We're not farming, we're not fishing. Then your income will show up on your T1 general tax return because you're probably not a corporation. That's a T2 general, T2 general tax return for corporations. And then the corporation pays you out a salary and it's more paperwork and more annoyance and more things that caseworkers don't know how to do. So there's probably an independent contractor agreement from Clapper as you're creating content for them. You don't need to make a business name because you're most likely doing this sole proprietor under your legal name. Proof of business activity, proof of payment from customers such as receipts. The customer is Clapper when you're explaining it to a caseworker. Your client is Clapper. You make content for your client. You're doing business to business. So you're a business doing business with Clapper. See, I wish they took a business course. Like they make us, the recipients of ODSP, to take business courses, business workshops, all these things. But the caseworker doesn't take one. I don't think the caseworker reads a business book at all. So here I am trying to summarize it so y'all understand what I'm talking about it. But I read business books. I went to the business workshop. I took accounting and continuing education courses. I did the H&R Block Tax Academy course. I am more qualified and smarter than my caseworker to do this. But then I have to report it to my caseworker who's going to make mistakes, not pay attention, not read the documents. They're not reading my documents now. like, remember the pay schedule, the 4 pay schedules of 4 different websites that I have from campsites? And I send each pay period from a site that pays me. I record it in my software at Wave Accounting. Then I download the PDF document of the invoice, or I download a copy of the Google Sheet and a PDF copy to send to my caseworker. Main reason why you would make it in Google Sheets and then download as a PDF so it can't be changed. So your numbers stay fixed in the PDF document. Then I send it to my caseworker. It says on my invoices in the accounting software of Wave apps, $1 US is how many Canadian? Did I have that open? Oh, it is open. Okay, yeah. Wait, is it here? Oh, it's in there when it's, it does it automatically. So like in the accounting software, it'll say the exchange rate. Oh no, do I have to make a new one? Let me see something. Live webcam. If I put $100, does it say it? No, not really. Wait, USD. Oh, it does. Oh, good. Here it is. All right, it does. Okay, let's show the class. Actually, you know what? You should put that on a slide so we can see it. Okay. And then give it a background. Like I still have to go through my June budget and July budget and net worth update, all that stuff. But this is great. I'm glad we're talking about something that matters. Okay. So I don't need that. Okay. Oh, my name. Oh, see, there has to be a way I can share this information without sharing information. All right. Let's close this. I don't need this anymore. So Wave Accounting is good. This is good. Okay. So ODSP policy directive. Oh, my buy me a coffee. Bank rate of Canada. Okay. So Bank rate of Canada. So I keep talking about this. So like if you send in your invoices paid and on the invoice just says US dollars, whatever the amount you're paid, a caseworker should go to Bank rate of Canada, look at US dollar, and get the exchange rate on the day you send the invoice that you're paid. So we typically have to report all income of the 7th of the month, income earned in the previous month. So everything you've earned in June has to be reported in July by July 7. So if you sent in invoices that all said US dollars at the bottom, so US dollars $50 or US dollars $100, they have to go in and look at the Bank rate of Canada on the day, the 7th of the month. So every 7th of the month, they're going to look at what it says on the 7th of that month for the exchange rate. Caseworkers don't want to do it. That's fine. Then you do it. And I'm hoping I explained it because I have to slow down and make a separate video of me explaining it. All right, I had too many tabs open. Okay, so I use the software Wave apps. I logged in and I typed in today's money exchange rate. So 100 US dollars works out to be $141.94 Canadian based on the number calculation of Wave accounting software. But for me, when I get paid, the US dollars goes into an account called Paxum. Paxum has a different exchange rate. So I have to log into Paxum to see the exchange rate. I did it the other day in my budget. So here's my Paxum rate. $1 US, like Friday. Yeah, Friday. I'm trying to remember the last time I logged in. So let's say this is Friday. I don't know if it's Friday. Let's say it's Friday, just for simple explanation. So Paxum, I make a Paxum calculator in my spreadsheet to determine what will be the earnings I make in US dollars to go report on my forms to send the invoices as paid invoices, as income earned as being a small business owner to my caseworker at ODSP office. It's a lot of work, a lot of pain in the butt. And the sooner I make more money than what ODSP gives me, the sooner I don't have to do it for ODSP. CRA, yes, no problem. But CRA is different. I could do it once a year, no problem. So $1 US ends up being 1.37697902 Canadian dollars from Paxum Services, a financial service company that holds my income, my commission. So like my last commission came in there was $52.67. Then Paxum takes a fee of $5 to transfer those monies into my bank account. But they also take a fee of 25 cents US dollars to the peer-to-peer fee. So right there, I lose $5.25 of service fees just by using my Paxum account, because Paxum is my company's self-employment payroll account. And in my payroll account, I pay me out of my payroll account. So PayPal is that for someone who's making content with Clapper, and then it goes into their PayPal. PayPal is your holding account. PayPal is not your bank account. So when this person sent me the question, where is it? Gets paid via PayPal. The parent and care worker has no idea how to deal with it. It's income because the caseworker doesn't do it every day. They don't do this every day. But just because they don't do it every day doesn't mean they're not supposed to, and doesn't mean they're not supposed to do it correctly. Them not doing it every day means they have to figure out ways of practicing this so that our file gets processed correctly. So sending them a screenshot of PayPal will only cause more problems for you. That's when I saw the question, I freaked out. Even now, me reading the question again to explain in this video, I'm freaking out because there's a procedure in place I follow to do it correctly that I don't have my caseworker mess it up. And I need to slow down, write the instructions out, make a separate video what that is, because more people need to know what it is. And caseworkers who are watching my YouTube channel, y'all need to know what it is. Because I should not, I'm a recipient of Ontario Disability Support Program. I am disabled. I have daily functions that ruined my ability to function like a normal person. I should not be smarter than you about how to process self-employment for being a content creator on platforms where I send you my invoices. But I am. It's all right. I'll take the superpower. It's fantastic. I'll send you my invoice for my consultation fee. Okay, so where do we go here? Yes, practice in invoices. It's easier if you can see what Clapper gave you. Like I know Facebook is saying I'm monetized in the Facebook program, and then I get little invoices from Facebook, but it's not yet at $25, so it's not yet paid out yet to my bank account. But I signed W-8-BEN tax form when I accepted the monetization program for Facebook, so that I am an independent contractor for Facebook, from me as Minnie St business for being a content creator on Facebook. Those things matter because you need to be able to tell that to CRA. You need to be able to tell that to a tax professional. You need to be able to tell that to your caseworker. You need to be able to figure that out when you're doing your tax planning and filing at the end of the year. Business programs for entrepreneurship should be telling you this, but many of the business programs that help people on Ontario Disability Program, they're losing funding, they're vanishing, and they're gone. So it's up to us to still figure it out, because we still have to do it no matter what, because this is the way we're earning our income. I feel like it's a rant every time I talk about it. Okay, I jumped around a little bit, but it made sense. We're still in the beginning. We are still in the introduction. The question should have been answered like near the end of segment 7, but I did it right away at the introduction. Because just like my content is not simple content. There's a lot of things we have to remember for doing this. Like every day we have to remember to do this, because it's how we lift ourselves out of poverty. It's how we get out of, I have a caseworker this and a caseworker that, and the caseworker doesn't know how to do this. Yeah, none of these caseworkers know what they're doing. None of them. I've yet to have, actually, no, I've had caseworkers. So me interacting with caseworkers, I have a rough idea how the thing should end up being. Like employment startup benefit, $500 once every 12 months. I know when I request for it is so that I can hire a business coach to help me continue on being employed, self-employed in the marketplace. And self-employment is legally different than employment. Like there's no boss. It's me. I agree to work with this company and I agree to produce content and they're going to pay me for the content. Like I'm invoicing them for the work I've done. If I was an employee, they would tell me what to do, tell me when to show up, tell me when to go home, tell me when to have a break. Then, oh yeah, here's the Christmas party, here's your bonus. I decide those things, not an employer. I decide those things. Working with Clapper, same thing. You produce the content, you upload on Clapper. Clapper gives you enough views and pays for views, and then you're paid. That is it. And back to 5.4 self-employment. ODSP. Eventually, when your income, where is it? When your income reaches $30,000, you're going to have to act like you're charging Clapper GST. Then you have to keep track of those records to CRA. Then the money that you're collecting for GST, HST has to be remitted to CRA because that money belongs to CRA. Then ODSP has this weird, annoying thing that your GST, HST is not approved business expenses do not include GST, HST paid on the cost of goods services purchased. They don't acknowledge. The most annoying thing about Ontario Disabilities Program is that they do not follow the same tax rules as CRA. They made up their own. And the reason they made up their own, they want you off of ODSP faster so they don't track every expense as expense. Like they're not exempting all your expenses. Which is, so what would be true net income from income minus expenses equal net income. The expense column, Ontario Disabilities Program decided not to include all the things CRA would to determine your net income. So because ODSP did their own math, that's not true math, they made up their math. Depending on how your business is growing and income minus expenses, and then closer to 30,000. So small business, whether sole proprietor, partnership, corporation, whose taxable revenues before expenses from all businesses activities were $30,000 or less, is their last taxation year, are not required to register to collect GST. Like they make up their own. These rules are not on CRA website. They're on ODSP website. I don't want to remember both of them. Like I don't. I read it every day. I know they're there. I know they're there. I don't want to remember both of them. Like even the standard deduction thing, it's so that they do less paperwork and you come off ODSP. So standard deduction, $100, ODSP recipient reporting income for self-employment are allowed to a basic deduction of $100 per month to cover miscellaneous expenses related to operating a business. So like you working in Clapper, $100 would be like your internet service or your cell phone service. That's a standard business deduction. And then they would like, well, no, if you made 100 and then you spent 100, your business made 0. So you wouldn't qualify for the work-related benefit. You need to make sure there's a positive net income to qualify for the work-related benefit, which is down here. ODSP representatives must generate $100 per month in self-employment income or over $1,200 per month as net income is calculated annually to have a net positive monthly business income and qualify for the work-related benefit. For details related regarding eligibility for work-related benefit. What's funny about this, some of my invoices that I'm paid and I send to ODSP, they still give me the work-related benefit. Like how the $56 that came in for my business. We'll see. I'm going to submit it. We'll see. But the month before, $88 and like 12 cents or something that got paid, I got the $100 work-related benefit. Now, I don't know who's on my file. I don't have a caseworker. If I log in, it says caseworker to be determined. Yeah, I don't want to deal with ODSP. I don't want to do it. I don't. Let's move on. let's move on. I will make a separate video of how to report your income from invoices paid from content creation. Like, I don't know. The live stream is live. Anything can go on the live stream. I will make a separate video for that. Because I need people to know the start to finish the instructions, because a caseworker is not going to do it. I know that, because even when I read back the question, I still get so annoyed. So ODSP is confused about which number to use. Yeah, because the caseworker, they're morons. I keep reading the question. I need to start reading the question. Okay. I need to start reading the question. Okay. So, do I make as much money as possible? Do I make just enough to stay on ODSP and remain trapped below the poverty line? I don't know if you've been back in an hour. I still have a whole lot to go through. You probably know which question I'm following, which is, if you don't know, my answer is simple. I choose to make as much money as possible to no longer be eligible for Ontario Disability Support Program, because I don't want to remember their backwards rules of 5.4 self-employment. Like, I've been self-employed on ODSP. I went through their employment support program in 2016. I went through their basic entrepreneurship program. When the rules said if you made $200, anything above 200, your ODSP was clawed back at 50% on the dollar. 2023, ODSP says, okay, great, you can make $1,000, and anything above $1,000 we claw back at 75%. I'm tired of following rules from ODSP that hold back my financial future. We can go through all I've been talking about since 2018. We're 2026. 8 years. It hasn't changed. If you watch my journey from the beginning till now, anything with ODSP related feels like 1 step forward, 5 steps backwards. ODSP specifically. But if you look at, I paid off debt. I've invested. Wait, you mastering the fine print? We did that kind of. Okay, disability, poverty, and financial independence. We're on that subject. Let's talk about what financial independence actually means. When you live with a disability, it doesn't always mean you're suddenly become completely outside of government support overnight. No, you don't drop. They don't just drop you off a cliff. You have to make progress. You have to work every day, report your income every day, make progress with your disability until they look at your numbers and be like, hey, you make too much money. Great. So for me, it's increasing savings. I've done that. The amount of times I saved $1,000 and moved my $1,000 into my registered disability savings plan. Build investments, registered disability savings plan, tax-free savings account, registered retirement savings plan, first home savings account. I had disability savings plans exempt under ODSP, 100%, unlimited amount of money in there, it's exempt. Then ODSP has 4.8 life insurance. That is the magical part of the system. My tax-free savings account is there. My registered retirement savings plan is there. My first home savings account is there. Why? Because it says exempt up to $100,000. Then segregated funds are sold from life insurance companies with a qualified professional with their LLQP, Life License Quality Program. Hold on, let me get the right words. LLQP license. Life License Qualification Program. How do I find one? Fastest way to find one is someone in Primerica or World Financial Group. That's the fastest way to find those two people. I mean, person, not people. Well, it could be people. Either way. Then finding people who have an LLQP who understand RDSPs more than before, because people with LLQPs can now open RDSPs. I feel like I just say a different alphabet all the time. So we have more opportunity with more financial professionals to open a registered disability savings plan that will build wealth. Make sure you open a registered disability savings plan in a space that you can invest in the stock market. I know some of them out there try to keep your money in cash. They're not helping you. They are not helping you. I'm on a journey to become a millionaire. And the reason I say that confidently, factual, like as a matter of fact, is because I picked a financial professional that is not with a financial institution, the big 5 banks. No, I won't touch them with a 10-foot pole for investments of my major investments. I have retail banking for my taxable broker account because it's simple, it's easy. It's the account that qualifies for the $40,000 asset limit of Ontario Disabilities Program because I want to be off of it. And to do that, I know to invest in the stock market. I'm not working. My money can only go so far. When I make $100 in commissions, 50% of my income goes into investments. Then my investments is moving in the stock market, growing and slowing and up and down and all this stuff in the stock market. S&P 500, S&P 60, segregated funds, gold, precious metals, real estate, energy, everything that's moving in the economy, I invested in companies that do that. No, I'm not giving you financial advice. I don't know you. I really don't care what you do at the end of the day. I really don't. I'm saying it out loud. I don't. But I have to stay on track. Like, this is so I stay on track. I have documentation of what I did because I've been having this obstacle course with nonprofit organizations to help people with disabilities because I can do it and they feel like other people with disabilities cannot do it. They don't want me teaching it, which means nonprofit organizations that claim to help people with disabilities, they are an accomplice of keeping you in poverty. I said it. I know anybody of them that's hearing me saying this right now, I'm going to think, oh my God, how do you say that? I said it. I said it. You may launch a financial empowerment program, which is great, but it's basic entry-level financial education information. After the budgeting, savings, debt repayment, you have to invest in the stock market. And oh yeah, beyond your registered disability savings plan. They don't like when I say that out loud. They think I'm talking about the boogeyman. They do. Okay. If that's the boogeyman, explain to me why. All right, go to my conscious spending plan. So I switched from following Dave Ramsey and I decided to test out some things from Minnie St's conscious spending plan. So I downloaded the conscious spending plan and I entered my numbers in the conscious spending plan. Investments, registered accounts, and taxable accounts. Disability savings plan, tax-free savings account, first home savings account, retirement savings plan, taxable broker account. $145,915. Mine with my name on it. Savings, $1,153. I rebuilt my $1,000 emergency fund. Debt repayment. Well, just debt. It's mostly credit cards. $17,021. $12,000 of this is at a debt consolidation program at Credit Canada. Then my budget. So I had to figure out what was happening with my real numbers for the month of June so far. So here it says my net monthly income is $3,000. Now, because of the way this form is, it said, what is your gross income? I had to do an estimate math of my gross income. So let's say it gave me $36,000 a year, $7,500 a month for gross income. It's not true because I'm self-employed. Because gross and self-employment income is taxed on the net income at CRA. So these are rough estimate numbers just so I can fill out the spreadsheet to get a solid, real position of where I am financially in real time. So my rent is $1,015. Then utilities is $172. Insurance is $68. Public transit rideshare, I spent $50. Debt repayment, $390. Grocery delivery is $400. Lingerie, clothes, and shoes is $100. Phone is $81. Subscriptions like Netflix and my gym membership is $20. This is mostly my Audible, the $20 a month. Then miscellaneous, because the conscious spenders plan adds 15% into the budget for miscellaneous, $345. This is probably my prescriptions, the chiropractor, the massage therapist, dinner, my miscellaneous, because it's just me. There's no children, there's no marriage, there's no pets. Where it's $2,641, which represents 88% of the $3,000 of my net income I bring home. $3,000 also includes the $1,797.85 I get from Ontario Disability Support Program. And then we have 2% to investments. $59, I said it goes to my taxable broker account because I replenished it with $50. I cashed it out. I paid some bills. Then I replenished it because I really like my taxable broker account. No, it's not anywhere near the $40,000 limit of Ontario Disability Support Program. It's pretty close. It's not there yet. Like, not even close. Like, is it zero? Yeah, well, no, because there's $1,000 here, savings. Right, $1,000 in savings. So I'm at $39,000 I have to get up to. But then if I go to college full-time, all my income and assets are exempt while I'm in full-time college. These rules of ODSP. Then we're saving $100 for travel, $100 for cosmetic surgery, and $100 going into my emergency fund. $1,200 a year. So the $1,000 emergency fund by next year should be minimum $2,200. Then it grows in interest about I think 2.3% of that interest account because it's a high interest account. Now, my budget template looks like this. Let me zoom out. So I have been making this spreadsheet the entire financial journey. Different variations of it. This is the one I have. The older versions before 2021, I don't have a copy of them. But I did find my copy for 2009. That one I'll make a video about. I've always been budgeting. I started learning how to budget from Gail Voss-Oxley's Tildetto's part. Then I made the budget category. Mostly the budget categories came from Gail Voss-Oxley and Oprah when she had Oprah Debt Diet, the pie chart, the life pie chart, housing, lifestyle, savings, investing, debt repayment. And they're in these colors. So if everyone's wondering why do I have these colors, they're the colors in the original life pie chart and the budgeting. That's why I have them. Yeah, so this month right now, $1,336.99 is housing, represents 43% of my income. Income that came in so far for the month of June, $3,118.30. This is how the conscious spending plan, my actual budgeting looks in these numbers. So ODSP came in $1,797.85. Business income came in $120.53. This is the conversion of Canadian dollars versus the American dollars and minus the financial service fees from Paxum to my bank account. Then we had tax credits. $242.88 was GST or the top up. It was a top up. $957.04 was last year's tax return because it was a lump sum that held on for the whole year that I used to buy my spin bike. There's a video on the channel about my new spin bike. So that's there, which ended up being $1,199.92. This is how June 27, 2026 is my total income of $3,118.30. Then savings rate, 11%. what does that look like? We're not there yet. Housing, we talked about that, $1,336.37. Remember I said how conscious spending plan, entertainment was streaming? Yeah, 1570 is Audible. 8163 is the cell phone. 132.21 is the internet with the 5 TV television stuff. Critical illness, $47.75. Hydro, $23.98. Here, people are wondering, why is my hydro bill so low? One, I live alone. It's just me. I live in an apartment. I don't live in a house. And I'm in the energy saving program where I could get a credit of $45 a month on my hydro bill from Hydro. Sign up for programs. You may find out you're eligible, you're not eligible. I don't know. You have to apply. $20.46 is tenant insurance. $1,014.93 is rent. I live in a rent control apartment for 19 years. I moved in, it was $725. Like, some things are just what they are. I moved out at 18. I've been in rent control apartments the entire time. My housing at cost is the lowest it's ever going to be my entire life as long as I'm able to live in this location. Then we have lifestyle. $956.64 is lifestyle. $730 is the spin bike. $10 is public transit. $12.59 was the coffee shop. $163.76 plus, $203.68 is groceries. I'm looking at the days of the week that I spent the money when I need to look at the total. Then savings. We put $240 in my emergency fund to bump it to $1,000. Then we put $30 in my other emergency fund. I've one that comes out every 10 days. And then for high interest rate, the notice account. And then I have another one that has $116 in there. I need to bump that up to $1,000. So then I have $2,000 in my emergency fund. And then I invest while I pay off debt. So far, $50 went into my taxable broker account. We started at zero. We're back at $50. That is my FU disability money account. Then we have $25 is coming on the 30th when ODSP pays out. ODSP payment date is June 30th for the month of July. Then July payment date is July 31st. I will make a whole different live stream channel for July's budgeting. And then debt. This is interesting because I have 2 credit cards and then I'm enrolled in Credit Canada's debt consolidation program for my 2 big credit cards. The main reason I have 2 credit cards and they're not included in the debt consolidation program, the credit counselor reviewed all of my numbers, reviewed all my budget. They determined it'd be okay for me to have 2 credit cards, plus they were current at the time of enrollment. They're still current. So we're going to pay those 2 off. So then when I'm out of the program, I have a better chance of rebuilding my credit back to a very good credit rating so that I can move on to the next stage of life, which is buying a house. $270 a month goes to the debt consolidation program, and then $120 goes to minimum payments on credit cards. July, we're paying them off as fast as we can. Then I have a disability overpayment, $1,060.91. ODSP goes up in July. So the July increase will also increase the overpayment that ODSP collects back to repay back the overpayment. I estimate it to be $82.55. They'll be gone by next year, July, based on how everything is going. Even if ODSP does not increase my overpayment amount to $82.55, it stays at $81.15, it still be gone next year, July, the overpayment. Yeah, we covered, and I have a bunch of notes in my calendar for a bunch of stuff that only makes sense to me. And then, Canada disability benefits. So I sent in, stop sharing my screen. I sent in my disability tax credit application. Took from January to now, took 6 months, filling out the form, doctor appointments, getting it signed back. And then I found out that the submit documents, part of the online CRA portal, they're going to stop doing that, which is very unfortunate. I have to write a letter to my MPP complaining about it. It makes it very accessible. If you can log into CRA and click the button, submit documents for your disability tax credit after your doctor already signed it, print it, send it back to you. The amount of back and forth I went through to get my disability tax credit done on paper, and then I can scan and upload it to CRA. And then now they're saying, no, you have to mail it in or fill out their online form, like in the online portal. The online portal will have my doctor charge me more money to fill out the disability tax credit. A lot of the disability financial independence stuff I'm doing is so that I have freedom and less stress. It's reducing stress. Me being financially independent on a journey where there's $1 million in my bank account is so that I'm less stressed. Everything I've gone through, everything in this whole live stream, I went from emotionally like upset to I don't want to do it no more to can I just be a millionaire already? That'd be great. And so disability tax credit. So assuming it's approved, I get an answer back in August. They said August 7th, estimate date when I get a response back, will not only open my access back to my registered disability savings plan, I can reapply for the Canada Disability Benefit. There may be a lump sum of money coming for that. I don't want to count my chickens because they have not hatched yet. They're eggs that are coming, and we don't know if they're coming. So August budget, September budget, we'll plan that when it comes and the month it comes, so I don't have to worry about it now. So I estimate it would be a lump sum of $2,225.20 because July, the Canada Disability Benefit increased from $200 to $204.20. Then I only got the disability tax credit money, like Canada Disability Benefit money from having my disability tax credit active from July 2025 to January 2026. February 26, I did not get any money for it. So this is how I estimate there's a lump sum from February to December 2026, which should be 2,225. I almost said 2,200, but I wasn't sure. Yeah. And most of the money, I think I'll just use it towards building my home gym and my emergency fund for that money. Because I may save it. I may invest some of it. We'll see. Because it's not here yet. I don't want to plan it, and it's not here yet. I'm trying to worry about more. The money that could be here, because I'm on daily pay for the webcam sites, that money I need to focus on more than anything else. Okay, where are we in my outline? Oh, we did the budgeting. Net worth update. We did that, I think. No, let's go back. I don't think we did. We kind of did, but not really. Like my net worth right now is $130,000.48. Majority is my disability savings plan. And then I hit net worth share. If you've been following my journey and want to know my progress and how everything works the way it works, I update my net worth on networthshare.com. Minnie on cam. Wait, hold on. Where did the link go? That's not good. Oh, it says, oh, okay. I'll put that in chat. Banner, create banner. Yeah. So network share user / Minnie on cam is my net worth update from the beginning of the journey until now. Ooh, that's different. It has a sliding bar on it. Ooh. Yeah. So the numbers are the numbers. The best part of financial independence, living with a disability, you're already at the bottom. Like, where was it? Me talking to Google Gemini. I asked Google Gemini about income brackets. Nope. Where is it? Is it this? Like I talk to Google Gemini the most, only because this conversation I can't have it in a disability charity. They don't think about it. They don't even think it's possible. So I'm not even gonna. I'm just not. I'm the smartest person in the room now for certain things. I just not. Okay, where was it? Retirement. We had a whole thing of below the poverty line, at the poverty line. Okay, so we broke it down in 6 different income brackets. All right, so the near poor, low income, directly above the poverty line. Is that it? Okay, low income, poverty line. Yeah, because ODSP, they're supposed to be $1,436, July's payment date, July 31st. That for 12 months, 1436 times 12, $17,232 for a person disabled, not working. Their only income is Ontario Disability Support Program, where that income is the most discriminated income source that we have. It's discriminated against in banking, loans, renting, everything. If I open my mouth and I say I have ODSP, they don't want to see me and provide me services. When I say, yeah, my insurance is ODSP, but I have a credit card, they treat me differently. Yeah, I have ODSP, but I'm working. They treat me differently. They're confused, but they treat me differently. When I talk to mortgage brokers, when I talk to about line of credit, I notice how financial institutions want you to have more income from employment versus ODSP. Now, there's 1 million people on social assistance, and new people are applying for social assistance because of the unhoused population that's growing. Those statistics are scary. So if you're low income, below the poverty line, to middle income, you're below the poverty line, you get to the poverty line, then you get to middle income, then you get to upper middle income, then you get to high net worth income. It's a very simple math equation of how do you go from here to up there, right at the bottom. So we have to climb up. And I know I talked to I wanted to have Gemini explain it to you, or when I asked it, I should have had it ready. Not my 5-year exit. It had this whole thing of like, because we did 2 things. Because Gemini knows the goal I want to accomplish. Anytime I ask it a question, it reverts back to the goal I want to accomplish. $1 million in my bank account, earning more income from my business, no longer talking to a caseworker. Is this it? Okay. So Ontario Works, $733 a month. All right, let's see if I can share. Can I share and it has audio? We'll try it, but I won't know it works until I do something. Hold on. Share screen. Here is my Google Gemini.
With the incoming October 1st, 2026 minimum wage factored in, the full, updated landscape for a single individual in Ontario looks like this. 1. Deep poverty, below poverty line. This is the baseline of severe financial distress, overwhelmingly occupied by individuals stuck on frozen or under-indexed provincial support systems. National Statistics Baseline, limit, under $25,909 after tax. The provincial reality, Ontario Works, OW, remains frozen at $733 per month, $8,800 per year. ODSP, following the July 2026 inflation adjustment, 1.9%, the maximum base rate for a single person is $1,435 per month, $17,220 per year. 2. The official poverty line, market basket measure. This tracks the absolute physical cost of a bare bones basket of basic necessities, food, shelter, transit. National average threshold, roughly $26,000 to $27,000 net. The Toronto localized reality, because of intense structural inflation and housing costs, the real-world threshold to clear this basket in the city sits at approximately $30,000 net. 3. The minimum wage bracket, the dynamic baseline, the October 2026 math, at $17.95 per hour, full-time, 37.5 hours per week, a single person grosses $35,002.50 annually, netting out to roughly $29,950 after standard deductions. The friction point. This wage sits precisely on the razor's edge of the Toronto poverty line. While mathematically above poverty, BY national standards, a net income of $29,950 means independent market rent eats up nearly the entire take-home pay, forcing single earners into precarious housing or reliance on secondary revenue streams. 4. The living wage. Calculated by the Ontario Living Wage Network, this is the true threshold of localized self-sufficiency, the minimum needed to pay for shelter, food, and basic participation in society without any external subsidies. The annualized threshold, Toronto, grossing roughly $53,000, $42,000 net. The gap. There is an $18,000 gap between the province's mandatory wage ceiling, $35,250, and what it actually takes to breathe easy as a single person living solo in the city. 5. The middle class bracket. This is the structural transition from daily survival to wealth building, autonomy, and strategic investing. Lower middle class, $53,000 to $70,000 gross, needs are met. A single person can afford a market-minus-rent apartment solo and manage monthly expenses without panic, but investing in discretionary spending still requires sharp budgeting. Middle-minus-income, $70,000 to $95,000 gross, the true comfort zone. High capacity for disposable income, fully maximizing registered investment accounts, and the ability to absorb random financial emergencies seamlessly. Upper minus middle class, $95,000 to $141,000 gross, complete structural stability. This tier allows for aggressive, accelerated capital accumulation and premium lifestyle choices. 6. High earners to wealthy. Past the middle class, the economic engine completely flips from selling labor to accumulating capital. The top 10% of individual earners, $125,942 plus gross. The top 5% of individual earners, $162,210 plus gross. The top 1% of individual earners, $315,911 plus gross. The wealth pivot. At the top tier, annual salary becomes a secondary metric. Wealthy status is defined by net worth, total assets minus liabilities, specifically the point where income-generating capital produces enough cash flow to make working entirely optional.
Okay, so this is how I know climbing from disability poverty up is better. Just better, even for a single person. You kind of living wage. I'm all right. Middle class, middle income, 70,000 to 95,000 gross income, the true comfort zone. Yes. Upper middle, 95,000 to 41,000 gross. Plus my gross income is US dollars. So I hear these numbers, I automatically do the math in US dollars first, then we calculate them later in the month, in the day, in the moment it happens, Canadian dollars. So for being on Ontario Disabilities Program, I don't get $1,408 a month. I get more. That math matters in my situation because I qualify for more, because I get special diet, $215. Then I get medical transportation, and all my medical transportation is downtown near public transit. So everywhere I go for medical appointments is on transit. So that's $156. When TTC pricing goes up, that should go up too. Yeah. So even from the day I got on ODSP, we filled out special diet form. We filled out medical transportation form. $1,069 is the base amount. I have to dig. I don't think I have all of them. The statements, payments from 2011, 2012. I found some of them, but it's like 10 years ago. I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm focusing on what's happening now. And what's happening now, I could be in a really good position because the 8 years of work and stress and scared and feeling like I don't belong and this is, yeah, it's all right. We can handle it. I can handle it. My disability, I can handle it. Multiple sclerosis, we can handle it. Because what's funny about having multiple sclerosis and bipolar disorder, and I tell people that's my diagnosis, they only look at me at the worst possible way. They're not there in the medical appointment. They're not there when I do blood work that I have to do on Monday. Like, I do, like, when I bought the exercise bike and put it together and then had to call my brother to help me flip it over to put the front bracket on that I could have done myself. I learned because the way he flipped it where the seat and the back bracket for the back I was close. I was flipping it and then I got tired. So I stopped and then I called him. Luckily, he showed up the same day and made everything smooth and nice and wonderful. Where, yeah, my bike, spin bike, losing weight, that my doctor, he's telling me to lose 10 pounds instead of suggesting Ozempic. Yes, like, I work really, really hard to get here. And, oh yeah, I'll get there. And, oh yeah, if I, like, me getting there, we'll see when it happens. Like, when we got to $100,000 invested, with January 2020, when did we get to 100,000? We got to 100,000 in investments January 2025. I started investing October 2020. So October 2020, I got my letter of approval for my disability tax credit, and I instantly opened my disability savings plan the minute I had confirmation I had my disability tax credit. Then by 6 months or so, the grants and bonds of my disability tax credit, disability tax credit, registered disability savings plan, grants and bonds, disability savings bonds and grants went into my account. Then by 2021, 2022, I started working with this financial planner that I met in 2012. So 2012, I found a financial planner. I had no monies for that financial planner in 2012, but I stayed in contact. I stayed to the plan. Like, the main obstacle course is Ontario Disability Support Program. Once you beat that level, you're free. I know there's people out there who cannot do this. I'm well aware, but anybody who wants to, it's possible. That's the thing I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to show the people that want to do this, you can do this. How do you do this? The people that don't believe they can do this, I already know what you think. I already know what you do. I already know your behavior. I've done it. It's tiring. It's exhausting. It really is. And I get it. You're tired. You're exhausted, and like, your disability is getting worse, and you don't know what to do. And it's $1,400 a month, and it can't cost living. And I know, but you're gonna have to figure out how to make more money, or family figures out how to make you more money. The best way family can help you make more money is family does investments for you. If family set up a person with a disability who's severely disabled, unable to work for themselves, and they put their money into the stock market, let's say you're in your 20s or 30s and you're severely disabled, and your family has to budget out a portion of their income to be your investment portfolio. I do it by myself. Mom, dad, and grandma help, yes, but their monies is in my investments. I give them updates of, look, this is what your money is doing. And I think every time I let my family know they gave me money, I put in my investments, I let them know how my investments were performing, I'm hoping it triggers family to do more with their investments. Because they gave me what they could, 300, 400, 800, whatever they give me. I put in my investments. I work with a financial planner that's a heart of a teacher, teaches me how to invest. We review every 6 months my portfolio. Like my last meeting with my financial planner, I was not feeling it. I was just, this is boring. Investment is boring. But doing the conscious spending plan where Minnie St, I Would Teach You to Be Rich, and I'm listening to everybody on his show because he's doing this 24-hour marathon of all the couples that are in the show that all have different income brackets and troubles and problems. One, I'm very grateful to be single. Two, I have more monies than most of the people on the show. Investments, savings, will work on that. Which motivates me for July. July is a new quarter, third quarter of the year, halfway of the year, which means I'm 41 and a half. I only have a certain amount of years to access the Canada Disability Savings Bonds and grants because they stop at 40. They stop at 50. The last year is 49. Then I want to buy a house. So I got to use a first home savings account. I want to grow my tax-free savings account. We got to do that. They're already exempt under ODSP Policy Directive 4.8 life insurance. I'll pull up the policy so you know what I'm talking about. And it does feel like I keep repeating myself over and over again, but ODSP Policy Directive doesn't change that much at all. Like here, okay. Funds up to $100,000 held in trust that are derived from an inheritance or the proceeds of a life insurance policy received upon the death of the policyholder are not considered assets for the purpose of determining financial eligibility for income support. So family, your child or daughter is disabled. Okay. Can you get a life insurance policy for your child or daughter? Yes. Okay. Up to $100,000, they can still get their disability benefits. When you're no longer here, because we all will not be here, life will end. Your life insurance policy will live on. Okay, individuals that don't have family, that don't have somebody leaving them a life insurance policy, you can open one yourself. This is the beauty of working with a financial planner and who's qualified to, who has a LLQP license, life license qualification program. Now, cash surrender value of a life insurance policy up to $100,000 is not considered an asset for the purpose of determining financial eligibility for income support. That's what I have. That's what I have. Like life insurance policies which have no cash surrender value are also exempt. A loan taken against a life insurance policy which is used for direct or approved disability-related items or services is not considered an asset. Like, you may hear people online trying to promote the whole life insurance and how you can invest in it and how it can leave you generational wealth. This is it. ODSP already decided it's not considered an asset. It doesn't affect your eligibility for income support. $100,000 is the combined maximum of inherited funds in a trust. So trust funds, section 4.7, for a single person, I found it's too hard to set up. For a single person, life insurance policies that have an investment ability are easier for a single person. This is why I have them. Go read Policy Directive 4.8 life insurance. Like, some people worried about life insurance being too much fees and all this stuff. It's because you're focusing on the wrong thing. I am focused. How do I protect my income, my assets within the rules of ODSP so that when I'm ready to no longer be on it, either by income earned or turning age 65, I have financial stability in my future. I'm 41. I have 24, 23 years. Then ODSP is going to say, apply for CPP disability, apply for old age security, apply for guaranteed income supplement. I may not qualify for guaranteed income supplement because of my investments right now. Old age security, I determined I would still get OAS security. CPP is $30. Like, what are you going to do with CPP? It's $30. And then when you turn 65, CPP disability becomes normal CPP. I didn't work enough. I wasn't employed enough to have employers contribute to CPP. Then when I was self-employed, I didn't make enough income to have taxable net income that would determine how much I contribute to CPP to then determine if I qualified for or if it's worth applying for CPP disability. So, and I started investing in 2020 when I was 35 with zero money. And then the first thing I invested in was a registered disability savings plan, where that money is exempt under Ontario Disability Support Program. Then I read the policy to know that 4.8 life insurance is my next best option to invest in for my future. And I did. Eventually, not being attached to Ontario Disability Support Program, I can make any financial decision I want. Eventually, we're just going to talk about growing investments, staying invested, becoming a millionaire, building a foundation, giving back to the community. Like, that's it. But this is the foundation of how I got there. So I don't want people to be like, oh, how did you get there? This is how I got there. This is how I got there. Like, there's no secrets. It's right here. Here, annuities, deferred annuities, segregated funds. Income from annuities, deferred annuities, and segregated funds is treated as income in the month received and an asset thereafter unless otherwise exempt. Some recipients may have purchased an annuity, deferred annuity, or segregated fund from a life insurance company. So that's what I did. So the purchasing and then ODSP's language is lazy. It's not, when I talk to a financial professional who sells life insurance, they don't explain it to the same way that is written in the rules of Ontario Disability Program. It's different. Remember I said ODSP wants to do their own math. They also want to make their own policies. They want to rewrite the rules, what happens in financial planning that does not happen in financial planning if you're not on government assistance. I don't know about other provinces. I only know about Ontario. I'm only focusing on Ontario because that's where I am. I'm starting from where I am. So some recipients may have purchased an annuity, life insurance. Each has characteristics similar to a life insurance policy, including the remote possibility of the existence of a cash surrender value. Under Insurance Act, annuities, deferred annuities, and segregated funds for purchase through a life insurance company are considered to be life insurance. $10,000 exempt per member of the benefit unit for any 12-month period for payments from life insurance policy is available. Life insurance costs a lot. You may see ads on Facebook trying to sell you life insurance. Those are real people. Those are real insurance companies. I don't need them. They're annoying. But you can get a life insurance policy because mine, I have critical illness for $47. My financial planner said that's expensive. I looked at it as, what do I get from it? I get a one-time payout of $75,000 if I'm diagnosed with something else that's not multiple sclerosis or bipolar disorder. It's a whole list of other health conditions that could be qualified. Then after I got it, then I found out my financial planner could sell me life insurance, but his life insurance that he's finding me is more expensive than what I'm paying for monthly premiums than what I have right now. So we determined I'm keeping what I have because it's affordable and it makes sense. And eventually, technically, I'm not self-insured yet. When I become self-insured, I may not have that insurance. So when my non-registered investment accounts are above $75,000, I might cancel my life insurance policy for critical illness. But being on Ontario Disability Support Program for a new diagnosis in the future, ODSP is already going to cover it till I turn 65. So this is where the whole financial picture and planning conversation needs to happen, but a lot of people don't think this far ahead. I do, because I got tired of being on ODSP. And to leave ODSP, I can't just jump and leave tomorrow morning. I have to set a foundation that I'm stable. Between policyholder and life insurance, in which policyholder provides some of money to insurance company, which in turn invests the funds and agrees to pay the policyholder a fixed amount of money, usually monthly over a specific term or lifetime. Yeah, so like I said, parents who have children with a disability and you're worried about their financial future, your best bet is to get yourself a life insurance policy and make your disabled daughter or son the beneficiary. Then when it cashes out, it'll follow all these rules and the policy directive. ODSP already made the decision for your financial future. You may not know about it, but it's in the policy directive. Like here, as a result of legislative changes, the federal government has permitted large federal regulated mutual life insurance companies to demutualize. Demutualizing is the process by which mutual companies owned by policyholders convert the stock companies owned by shareholders. See, if you're not on ODSP, all these rules don't matter. And they're only there till you turn 65. Because life after 65, ISAC and the Legal Aid Clinic, they made a document of what to do after 65 on ODSP. I already know how the book ends. I memorized the book. I want to read a different book. And to read a different book, I have to be financially independent and no longer eligible for government disability benefits from Ontario Disability Support Program. Canada disability benefits from the federal government, different process, different strategy, different planning. Like the Canada disability benefit and earning an income. That one, because Plan Institute made a whole thing about it. Where's it? Qualifying, eligibility criteria. Oh, good, they updated stuff. But the information's here. So like me saying it, I already know. I know the answers to the test. You go study. Really, truly. Do I qualify? They had a chart of income. Where is it? Because Canada disability benefits based on your tax return. And then for a single person, because they kept updating. So like, because Canada disability benefits now 1 year old. Decision. I saw it. Oh, see, me planning a live stream on a Saturday, it's a lot of research I do. It really is. Okay, do I qualify? Is it here again? Okay, disability tax rate is part of the eligibility criteria. Many other benefits, disability savings plan, dental care plan, child disability benefit, Canada worker benefit. We talked about them earlier. And home accessibility tax credit. Oh, really? Why? Calculating your benefit amount. Okay, I found it. Took me a while. Okay, so here. Because as I look for something, I read something else and I get shocked. So here, of the chart, full screen. Okay, so I'm single, income threshold 23,000 plus up to $10,000 of working income for a total income threshold of $33,000. Then reduction rate 20% or 20 cents for every dollar above the threshold. And it's phased out at 35,000 plus up to $10,000 of working income for a total income of $45,000. Oh, I have to do math. I don't want to. Well, actually, I'm not eligible for the disability tax credit right now. So this doesn't matter right now. It matters when I'm eligible for the disability tax credit and I have to reapply for the Canada disability benefit. So right now, I only have to worry about being eligible for Ontario Disability Support Program, which means we go back to my income calculator threshold chart. Oh, really? See, disability is just a roller coaster. I don't like roller coasters that much. Like which roller coaster I went on? We went on one roller, yeah, Marineland. We went on that roller coaster like 8 times, 10, where we just ran in a circle over and over again on the roller coaster. It was fun until, you're bored. Okay, so, right, hold on. Where's the pay stub? Okay, so what could be coming for the Ontario Disability Support Program is $599 goes up to $611, and $809 goes to $825. And then we guess that $82.55 is going to be my overpayment. How much they take away for the overpayment? $82.55. Wait, no, it's not. $82.55. And then you can make $1,000 net income while on Ontario Disability Support Program. So I would get $18.24 from ODSP. That includes the $100 work-related benefit. So in a month, I make over $100 net income from my business. That's under $1,000. I tend to budget it as $1,000, which is $2,824.45, because my income of $1,000, ODSP's income of $1,824, for a yearly total of $33,893. So this, hold on. Okay, so $21,893.40 is my disability amount, ODSP. $1,000 a month or $12,000 a year is business net income. Minimum business net income. And then exempt by ODSP, $33,000. Then what minimum wage? Oh, $17.95 in October. But this is based on, how many hours is this again? 37.5. It's 7.5 workday. Right. Okay. So 35. Huh. Now I see it. So I was like, why does it look like that? Okay, so minimum wage, $35,002.50. Me making money with $1,000 plus ODSP, I get maximum estimate minus Wait, hold on. Okay, 35,000 minus 33,800. 1,109 is a difference. Huh. Well, those are my numbers. That's the math. 809, 599. Okay. Hold on. Okay, 825, 611. So the new rate of ODSP that I'm calculating, it's based on ISAC, Income Security Advocacy Center. They made it a blog post about it, which I had in my notes. Had in my notes to talk about it. This is it? Yeah. Here. They made a whole chart. So they made this chart. This chart is on their website, Income Security Advocacy Center. I will link it in the description after. But so yeah, ODSP $1,436, the base amount. I get special diet $215, then medical transportation $156. So calculator 136, 215, 156, $807. This is before the overpayment. Then, if we add $100 for the work-related benefit, I get $1,907. If I do that every month for a whole year, $22,884 without the overpayment. Now, overpayment, so if I get 1,907 minus 8255, I get 1,824 and 45 cents. This is the estimate. We'll know exactly what the number is in August. Then I save and invest in the stock market. So I grow my portfolio with the stock market. I grow my income with the stock market. I work with a financial planner. I am not a financial professional. I just learned a few things that I implement every day where my life is becoming better and better, lifting myself out of poverty. And I wish more organizations taught you how to do this. I'm very sorry that they don't. I'm very sorry that they just look at poverty line as a permanent destination and that's where you're supposed to be when you can climb up the wealth ladder. Or it's a pyramid. Are you climbing the pyramid or a wealth ladder? Wealth ladder or wealth pyramid? Hold on. I feel like it's a pyramid. What is the wealth ladder framework? We should totally make a video about that. Okay, the term wealth ladder and wealth pyramid refers to two different mental models used to understand net worth and financial progress. Wealth ladder illustrates how your financial strategies and spending freedoms must evolve as your personal net worth increases. A wealth pyramid visualizes the distribution of wealth across the global population, showing how few people hold the majority of the world's assets. Right, because the dude wrote a book about it. Damn it. 5 Levels of Wealth Explained by Money Guy. Yeah, there's enough financial experts that explain the wealth ladder and the wealth pyramid that once I understood it, I understood where I am and what I need to do. The big thing of what I did in building financial stability and financial independence was returning back to work. And for me, it was entrepreneurship, and it was the existing business I already had when legal aid told me I cannot work. And then here we are. Here's a notice from Income Advocacy Center that literally every year announces the rates of ODSP. They advocate for changing rates and policies with ODSP. They've done a lot of work. I've looked at all their documentation. They've done a lot of progress. But even if the system, let's say the system makes progress. If you do not make progress, you're not progressing. Because the system is progressing. The system, like 1997 is not the same as 2006. That's 30 years happening. Is it? Hold on. 2006 minus 1997, 29 years. ODSP. Originally, ODSP said you can have $5,000 of assets. You can have $40,000 of assets. And I cannot pinpoint in ODSP policy when it said you're allowed to have $100,000 in life insurance or segregated funds. Because they added it. I can't pinpoint when they added it. So 2017, you went from $5,000 assets to $40,000 of assets. 2011, when I got on ODSP, was earn anything, lose it by 50%. 2013, they made the change, $200 in it. And I knew about the $200 change of earning income of ODSP when I was in the office trying to talk to a caseworker. I saw a flyer that posted. And I had mail at the time. The little mail pamphlet flyer, I probably threw it away. ODSP is always trying to communicate with us. It doesn't mean that we're listening. That is, if you're not listening to the changes happening in ODSP and you're not ready to make those changes, you're not going to make those changes. I'm ready to make those changes. This is why we have everything on the channel since 2018. And I will put a playlist in the description of the beginning of my journey when I had a substance habit, I had a bad relationship, I was on ODSP, I was in between symptoms of depression, psychosis, substance habit, multiple sclerosis. I wasn't diagnosed yet of relapse remitting multiple sclerosis. I had symptoms of it. And I still had to, because I got on ODSP for bipolar disorder first. I was psychotic, almost went homeless. Then I got on ODSP. Then we got on a good working medication that ODSP paid for. I'm here because of what ODSP has done. And ODSP has done so much. I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to take over. And it takes a while to get to a place where I fully 100% take over. We're getting there, progress. But I know if the system is making changes and you don't change with the system, you stay at the bottom of the pyramid or the top ladder. Wait, no, you're at the bottom no matter what. Yeah, below the poverty line is still at the bottom. I'm trying to make it more like complicated. It's not. Okay, 75% of millionaires do not consider themselves wealthy. Well, I do. I'm not yet a millionaire. I'm at 130,000 net worth. Most of it is my disability savings plan, and I do feel wealthy. This is why we have Disabled Wealthy on Saturdays on the YouTube channel. It's very funny of like, okay, we have abundance, freedom, security, strategy, stability. So yeah, we're building stability. We have strategy. We're building security. And we're building freedom and abundance. All right, I'm gonna think of my own poverty to wealth pyramid and see how that works. But okay, 2 hours we've been talking. It's been great. I have to make some videos of different things we talked about today. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.